I think that people should be able to give their opinions on things without worrying about legal repercussions. So I think that if you want to make a statement as to whether a token is a security or not, you should be able to do that with the caveat that I am not a lawyer, which abbreviated is IANAL when you're on the when you're on the internet, right? So I am not a lawyer. IANAL is what you stick on your posts, and it's just like when you give trading advice, you're like, do your own research, not an investment advisor. But fucking A, we're really slowing down progress of mankind with having to add these dumbass disclaimers constantly. Okay, fine, I'll play that game. It's not that bad, right? Okay, we'll do it. I'm going to put do your own research and IANAL at the end of all my posts. So be it. I think that it's better because it does affect the price whether a regulatory action occurs against a currency or not. And I do think that you should try and invest in things that are more legit instead of less legit. So I'm happy to see someone at least giving it a try, with the caveat that, they might get it wrong. Yeah. But the caveat that might get it wrong is better than not having any damn idea at all, right? Yeah. So I'm okay with it. I wouldn't put my I wouldn't bet my freedom on it, right? Like, be real careful with what you're doing. Consult with your own legal counsel, but it's better than nothing. And I mean, the thing about who's writing it, they have legal counsel that they pay good money for, and I'm sure they're the ones writing it, so it's probably not that bad.
Is there anything else you want to do?
I think Kraken has huge wicks. So if you want to get wrecked on a weird wick that you shouldn't get, their order books are very thin. Now, I should probably retract that statement because I'd like to be listed there along with everywhere else. But as a trader, I know what the price chart does, and Kraken makes wicks that are just unreasonable. Like, any other questions? Why don't you say something about you? I don't know. What do you do? Like, what is your? Do you like any coins more than other coins?
I mean, for my channel, I try to stay crypto agnostic. Just to have more. I definitely like to focus more on like the philosophies behind crypto and stuff, and like the cypherpunk movement and stuff like that. Yeah, but
so how do you feel about Blockstream offering cloud mining and side chains that they make money on, like Liquid?
Well, yeah, I mean, Blockstream.
Not fabulous.
Not fabulous. There's a lot of bad things about Bitcoin. Yeah. And there's a lot of bad things.
How do you feel about mining centralization and all the miners being in China?
But are they really in China, or is it just?
They really are. Think about it. And they always will be. Because even if you have some place that has labor and electricity affordably, you won't have the outsized profit margins from having a local currency control that people want to get around. And you can only profit from getting around that local currency control by being local. They have to hand you cash. Well, if you open up a miner in Washington, United States, with a good cheap hydropower power, you're not getting the Chinese renminbi into your hand. So you're always going to have more mining power there, where they like gambling more, and they want to work around the currency control. It's not going to stop being centralized. Furthermore, Bitmain, who I dislike greatly, tried to kill real Bitcoin with a fake copy of it, and stole away half the miners. Reduced the security for Bitcoin for a good while. They opened up a new branch in the United States. People think that more hash rate's better. It's not. If I said I'll 10x the hash rate, but they're all mine, would it be better? No, because it would just be me. Yeah. So people think more hash rate's better. It's not. What we need is different hash rate, where different people control it and are honest actors. So having more hash rate under the control of a dishonest actor is worse. And geographic redundancy is useless in that case, because a bad entity is in charge of it. So I'm solving some. Ethereum mining is better than Bitcoin mining. You can become an Ethereum miner with your laptop. Yeah. Can't do that with Bitcoin. Yeah. So I'm much happy, and they want to get rid of ASICs. They want to introduce Prog Power or another proof of work change that gets rid of those terrible centralizing ASIC guys that don't use that money for good. When you so Bitcoin pays stakers to hold, HEX pays stakers to hold the price up. Bitcoin pays miners to push the price down, to pollute the environment. That's all they do. And the highest difficulty we've ever had is now, but the price isn't the highest ever. What do? They sell extra coins, because it's the hardest work they've had to do to generate them. Yeah. These guys, I can get trustlessness, perfect transactions for pennies in Ethereum. Why would I pay inflation in my ecosystem to miners to go do evil with it and make the environment worse? Yeah. It doesn't make any sense. Yeah. So I'm much happier to see the miners make less money, because I don't think that they're good actors, and I think the security's fake. I think it's security theater. The biggest problems we had in Bitcoin were software development problems that auditing could fix. and Bitcoin's had no audits. We need money for audits. We don't need more hash rate that's fake. It doesn't actually give you any security at all. That's not the attack vector. If you want to fuck Bitcoin up, there's 10 ways to do it that are vastly more effective and more affordable than having more hash.
Yeah. Explore with me this thought that I've been having lately is like this, the scalability issues of Bitcoin, and I'm kind of like putting it on a bigger scale. Scalability is like, I don't think that anything can scale like in perpetuity. You know what I mean? Like,
it can, but with trade-offs. Sure.
Exactly. Trade-offs. Like there's always going to be. So I keep kind of, I don't know. I feel like we're seeing governments just like fail like miserably with their economic models and
maybe
and trade-offs are being they're treating their own wants and needs over citizens, and those are essentially the trade-offs of scaling. Is like there's always going to be one interest that's going to have to trump others.
So I think that blockchains are mostly empty, and that we have a demand problem, not a supply problem.
Okay.
The fees on Bitcoin are very cheap. The blocks are not full. The fees on Ethereum are very cheap. The blocks are not full. They're 90% full. And if they get to 100%, that'll change. But right now, and I just told you about a way to 100x the throughput on chain with optimistic rollups, and then this you could geographically shard. You could have, which I don't know why anyone doesn't do it, but it just makes obvious sense to me. You're like, oh, you like a Bitcoin 1? Okay, well, we're full. All right, well, we make a Bitcoin 2. It's mostly in Asia. And then sometimes people want to transact across them. They can use atomic cross swaps. No fucking brainer to me. I don't know why no one's doing it. I guess they're stupid. I don't get it, right? Like it's a fucking no-brainer. We have atomic cross swaps. They're trustless and they work. Just make another copy of that shit on a different port and go fucking stick it over there. Change the addressing a bit too, so people don't accidentally send it to the wrong chain. Like Bitcoin Cash had that problem. No fucking brainer. Like hi, Richard Hart. I just solved scaling for you by using geographical sharding. Why not? Like what's wrong with you fucking people? It's easy, right? We already have that. That's what we do. Like that's what we do with Litecoin and Bitcoin. You can do atomic cross swaps. Yeah. So they do throughput. Bitcoin does throughput. And now we have more throughput. It's fucking no brainer. Like I don't understand. So I don't know why no one did a blockchain CD, but I had to do it. I don't know why no one's doing geographic sharding. I could do that for fun if I wanted, right? I know how to fork the project. Like so I think that we don't have a scaling problem. We have an adoption problem. We've only got 2.8 million Bitcoin wallets with over $1,000 US on them. That is dog shit. That is terrible. There's more users with $1,000 in their Clash of Cans account than there are with money in Bitcoin. Yeah. For real. Like it's just fucking, it's pitiful. And it's been around for 10 years. And it's not going to get fixed unless someone has the margin, a big enough bag of the currency to be cash positive, investing, bringing new users on board. It costs $20 in advertising to bring a new user on board. Someone's got to have a bag that makes $30 bringing that guy on. So he's up 10 and can reinvest it and keep the advertising going. And that's why in Bitcoin there's no ads, because no one's got the margin to do it. It's too decentralized. Decentralization is not without cost. Yeah. So we don't have anyone lobbying Congress except for Coin Center. Thanks, Coin Center, we appreciate it. And that's it, right? But every other piece of shit industry has 1,000 sycophant lobbyists in there getting what they want for their industry at the cost of everybody else. Blockchain barely has that. But we could if we had more centralization, right? So you can have a decentralized network with censorship resistance, but have a couple big bag holders with a big enough stack to go and defend your interests in front of Congress and put out advertisements and be cash positive doing so and outcompete other businesses. And maybe HEX might be one of those things. Maybe someone will have a big enough bag of HEX, perhaps someone with a very strong marketing background to do that. On an unrelated note, did you know I started my own internet marketing company with 150 employees, retired in 2003, just to do $60 million a year in sales, because we had products that had high margin.
I didn't know that.
Totally unrelated.
I read your description.
Made my own logo, got just crushing money. Yeah.
That's awesome. Yeah.
So I got my old Power to Profit logo here. You got a service mark on this, but it's probably expired by now. And then got some HEX stuff. It's great because you can. A lot of people design HEX jewelry that I could just adopt for my own purposes. We actually printed our own HEX coin, CNC machined. It looks amazing. Yeah. So I should probably get the guy to ship it to me. So like, it just looks so cool. So I designed the logo, and I love it. It looks amazing. You know, it symbolizes a chart going up and to the right, which symbolizes growth. It's something smaller getting bigger, which symbolizes growth. It's got a great color scheme. It's a gradient from used to be pure yellow to magenta, like CMYK. So this is M and this is C, cyan magenta. We don't have any cyan in it. And then as I was looking, I'm like, you know what? This color kind of looks like Instagram's logo, but they have more purple. We don't have any purple. They have like a 4-color gradient. We have a 3-color gradient. I like our logo better than Instagram's. I've got tons of marketing slogans I love. I've got tons of imagery that I love. You know, you can't misspell our brand. So if I tell you about my movement to help people stop aging and cure disease through Sci-Vive, I gotta spell it to you. Survive through science. Sci-Vive, S-C-I-V-I-V, it takes forever. If I tell you about my general crypto strat, Strape, strawberry grape, I gotta spell it for you, right? It's easier to say street rape, S-T rape. And it's just terrible. But if I say HEX, I don't have to spell it for you. And if you're trying to be funny and go HECKS, I got that registered too. So.
How did you come up with the name HEX?
I registered every short Bitcoin domain that was available that had expired, right? So I used an expired domain search, and I got like Bitcoin Tiny and Bitcoin ASP and Bitcoin HPC, like high performance computing, and I got Bitcoin HEX. And I looked through the list, and I'm just like, the other one's obviously the best one, right? And then I thought, man, I really don't want the Bitcoin name in it. So everyone thinks, oh, you're stealing the brand. I don't want the brand. Look at the most successful companies in the world. Amazon. They don't do Amazon tours.
Yeah.
You're not going to the Nile River, right? Google. Nobody knows what the hell that is. And then they renamed it.
I was just waiting to see what you would say, Google.
I mean, it's a number with, I think, 20 zeros or something, but there are hundreds or 1,000 zeros. It just counts number of zeros and things. And it's misspelled. It was original, real Google mathematically is a different spelling. But, so, let's take, Google wasn't even happy with their weird name. They changed their name to Alphabet.
Oh, yeah.
Does the damn company have anything to do with the alphabet?
Yeah.
No. Okay, what about eBay? Oh, it's based in the Bay Area. Okay, but is it really? That's not what they do, right? It's an auction company. What about Yahoo? Get the fuck out of here. Like, why would I want Bitcoin in my name? I want a weird, memorable name, right? And so once we have HEX as a name, you see hexagons everywhere. They're just in every futuristic movie. Every new Lamborghini is just covered in hexagons. It's design imagery that represents modern technology. And so the imagery is there, the spelling is there, 3-letter dictionary domain name is there. We don't have the .com because some exchange had it, and they failed, so maybe I'll buy it, but I have to pretend I'm someone else so they don't know I'm that guy that would pay more for it. It's a lot of work, and I haven't gone through it. I don't know of anyone that's got a better brand. Bitcoin's actually not a good brand. It's a 2-letter word. It's 2 words, right? Coins are usually cheaper money, right? Like we like bills better.
Yeah.
It's not an ideal brand. The logo is passable. I mean, it's an orange circle. The one thing I do like is that the B is we have a Unicode symbol for it, so you can put it before a number. That's very nice. So I do actually like the B with the 2 lines through it. But the orange in the circle, it's kind of, but these are aesthetics, right? Like everyone, crypto people aren't known for having good aesthetic. You see the way they don't get out of the house that much usually. Yeah. A lot of basement dwelling. And, they're not in the fashion scene so much.
Yeah, but... Okay, I think I covered a lot of information, but yeah, this has been great.
This is a great talk.
Yeah.
I had no idea what to expect. I'm very impressed.
Good.
I really didn't think that you would be a maximalist concerned with privacy and censorship resistance and cypherpunk movement, because most other blockchain girls, they're not hardcore like that. That's really interesting to me.
I went into the rabbit hole.
I like it. I like it, man. I'm really, really happy to have a conversation with you.
Yeah, cool. This is great. I'm glad we ran into you in AIBC Summit in Malta, of all places. Anyway, that about wraps it up for this talk, but I hope you guys enjoyed it. Check out Richard Hart.
We should tell everyone how to visit our stuff. You can go first.
Of course. So I have a YouTube channel called Crypto Tips. You can also find me on Twitter at Blockchain Chick. And also launching a new website called learningcrypto.com. So go ahead and check that one out. Richard Hart, I give away a lot of free stuff. I've got a free trading channel. You should never trade, but if you're going to, go ahead and go to t.me/straight charts. I've got a free price calls channel. You should never trade, but if you want to hear my opinion on price, I'm real good at it. You can go to t.me/Richard calls. Richard's calls. If you want to get free tokens, if you're a Bitcoin holder, or transform Ethereum into HEX, it's the world's first blockchain CD. You should go to hex.win, HEX.win. If you want free books, I wrote 2 self-help books. They're outlined, so there's not that narrative glue to make it easy for you. But if you're a smart guy, you don't need that. You just need to be told what to do to kick ass. If you want that, it's t.me/Scivive, like survive through science, SCIVIVE. I got 50K followers on Twitter, 50K on YouTube.
youtube.com/Richard Hart, and twitter.com/Richard Hart Win. Do not send money to people impersonating me on Twitter. There's over 50 bots that act like they're me and take my profile photo and stick them on a weird name and then tell you to send them Bitcoin for HEX. Don't do it. Do not ever send anyone money over that asks you for it over direct message. And anytime someone reaches out to you that seems famous, it's very likely that they're an imposter. And to verify whether they're real or not, contact them through a side channel that you know is legit. So if some fake me comes out and says hello to you, contact me on t.me/Richard Hart, and then ask me if I message you. And I guarantee you the answer is no, because I ain't messaging nobody. Like, I'll respond to your messages, but I'm not messaging you first. That's it. Free coins, free price calls, free crypto channel, free books. But you know what's funny? Some people still call me a scammer, even though you can't possibly give me money. What's my address? Where's my credit card shopping cart? You can't possibly give me money. So if you guys wants to call me a scammer because you don't like I'm building a cryptocurrency better than Bitcoin, you got over 20,000 followers, you come on my channel and I will fuck you up in front of the world and everyone can see how stupid you are. And I'm not going to talk over you. I'm going to give you time to hang yourself and you're going to really enjoy it.
There you go.